Hello, and welcome to Pennside Presbyterian Church. For those of you who don't know, my name is Isaac Duquette. I am Pastor Dave's son, and I've been the producer of our worship services now for several months. Usually, I like to hide behind the cameras, let the worship speak for itself, and make the message the important part. But today, I want to share with you our journey, celebrate it, and let you know our plans for the future. Everything started back in March. The pandemic shut everything down, and we weren't able to worship in person. It was a very dark and scary time, and we knew here at Pennside that we wanted to spread as much hope and cheer as we could. We started out knowing that the live stream was our only option to get to people, and to spread our services. So the first thing we did was we got a tripod and a mobile phone, and we streamed from the Facebook app. And this worked, but the problem with it was very low quality and it was unreliable. So we knew we wanted to step it up because by stepping it up, it would become more accessible. After months of trial and error, we eventually found the solution we used for a while, which was a piece of software on mobile devices that allowed us to stream to Facebook with a higher quality and multiple cameras. This was the first time we actually began to produce our live streams, and it was great because we could finally include the lyrics, and it was much more like being in person. As many of you know, we used to have a PowerPoint, and it was just like having that, except on your phone. And this was much more accessible. We reached many more people, but it had its limitations, and they were beginning to show. Limitation number one is it began to crash a lot. Longtime viewers will know that sometimes we had to start the service 2, even 3 times, and sometimes, no matter how many times we started it, it was never enough, and we just had to record it and upload it later. The other issue is we wanted to start bringing people back into worship if they wanted to. And the reason that was a problem is we had an iPad on a music stand on 2 crates in the middle of the sanctuary, as well as a mobile device over here in front of the pastor, and another one in front of the worship leader. And those would block anyone in person's line of sight to those people. And we just knew that was too intrusive. So we began to theorize our next steps. And we had 3 criteria. One is it had to be unobtrusive. We didn't want anyone who was here watching the service in person to notice anything was happening. It was just like being at worship. 2 is it had to be obtainable. And thanks to a grant by the Lehigh Presbytery and our wonderful session, we were able to make that work. And 3 is it had to be reliable and high quality. There's no point in making the change if it's not going to solve the problems and our reachability issues. And so what you see now is the product of months of effort with those people. The first thing we did is we got rid of the old computer and built a new one from scratch. And this served 2 purposes. One, the many servants of the church had a new device that made doing their jobs faster, easier, and more efficient. The second is it was much more powerful than anything we had had before and made the reliability issues from the device perspective disappear. It also allowed us to get new software that was also more reliable, that still allowed us to produce the service in a similar way, and an easier way. Phase 2 was we got these cameras. Right now, we have one camera over here on the wall in front of the pastor, one over here in front of the worship leader, and those are hard fixed on those places. So that way, whenever you go to start the service, they're ready to go, and they're always going to be ready. We then got a camera mounted from the ceiling that is movable and adjustable for any other events, such as lighting of the Advent candles or special music. We make sure that we always have a good perspective to help share the message. And we definitely feel that we've been blessed. We've met lots of people who are able to make this happen, and again, many thanks to the Lehigh Presbytery. And with that, I would like to bring out Pastor Dave for the next chapter and where we're going next. Because with the new system, we're able to more reliably send our message. We live stream to Facebook every Sunday, and we upload the service after the fact to YouTube. This helps us reach nursing homes and many other people who wouldn't otherwise find it. we want to reach more people. And for that, we will be starting a podcast. Every Sunday after the service, his sermons will be uploaded to Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, and other streaming sources so that many new people can find his worship message. And with that, I turn it over to Pastor Dave.
Thank you, Isaac, and as your father, I am very proud of you. I thank you for all of the hours that he has put in to make all of this work together and to integrate this and to train this. I want to thank Andre Hauser of Hauser Audio for the great expertise he brought as well to integrate our sound system and our cameras so that it all comes together. The goal is to provide a worship experience that is meaningful, that is accessible, and that will help you. And I hope and I pray that what we have done and what we will continue to do will be a blessing to you and to those you know and love. I hope that this new podcast will be something that you can share and again be a way that in this time when there are such dire challenges, we can come together and be people of hope. Thank you for watching.